The most stressful time of the year financially has to be the last quarter. With the holidays coming, you're trying to keep up with your plans, and now the inflation high to the roof. The question is, how can you get ready to abundantly crush the last quarter of the year? Let's talk about it on this episode. You are listening to the Happy and Wealthy Bilingual Podcast, a place where we combine personal finance with powerful lessons to expand your money mindset so you can embody the wealthiest and happiest version of yourself. I'm your host, Alejandra Rojas, finance professional and money mindset expert, and here is your weekly episode to start shifting your reality. But before we dive into today's episode, do you know most of new entrepreneurs never get to make 5K in a year of operations because their money blocks literally sabotage everything that they do all the time? This doesn't have to be you. If you are a new entrepreneur and you are ready to become profitable and release those blocks, go to alejandrar.com/5K to download the 5K in 30 days guide for the exact step-by-step process that me and my clients use to create constant flow of money. And now back to today's episode. Why is it that the last quarter always feels like a marathon? I mean, do you also feel like you need to run to keep up and get under your arm everything that you said you were going to do but haven't done it yet? What were those goals, those money goals that you were really looking forward to accomplish before the end of the year? Do you even remember them? And if you do, have you done it? How are we looking at them right now? How far or how close they are? How do you feel about them? This is the time when those questions pop into your head, and there is a reason for that. And I think my introduction to adultish life was to see the rush of the last quarter of the year. I absolutely was shocked when that became a conscious reality for me. I mean, I come from a Colombian family. For us, holidays start with the months that end with bre, which in English, it will be ber, like October, November, and December. Meaning that we feel, and the whole society's mindset is that in October, the end of the year and the holiday seasons is here. It's just like, oh, the end of the year is here, holidays are here, nothing else happened. Pretty much the year ended in October. And with it, all of the pressures are on. The pressure of making it work before another year passes by. I mean, the pressure of ending in a positive vibe this year. Don't ask me why, but that's just like, I need to end in a high note. The pressure of the holidays, the pressure of closing up a chapter. I mean, you name it. Everything adds up in here. And it's not only you who is feeling this pressure. Honestly, we all are. Last week, when I had my coaching call with the members of the IMM community, the Ignite Your Money Mind community, my membership, there was only one clear feeling expressed throughout that call. And it was like, what can I do to actually make everything that I planned happened with what is left of this year. In fact, one of the beautiful ladies that is part of the membership went ahead and told us how she, as a mom of 4 and a full-time business owner, currently She's facing the pressure to make it work, not only for her, but for her kids. Her kids have been an active part of seeing her working, seeing her being there like with her throughout this year. She actually involved them on the goal setting and everything that she wanted at the beginning of the year. But she also wants to be able to enjoy the holiday season present in mind and in body with her kids. That's the reason why she started her business in the first place. But right now, she's in the middle of drafting offers, promoting them, and it just feels like the lack is haunting her from miles away. And I think this is a feeling that collectively many of you face. And that's why I want to give you the 3 main steps for you to crush this last quarter of 2022. And of course, start 2023 in a very high note. So here we go. Step number 1, back to focus. Or really, focus on what really matters to you. This is the time to turn on the do not disturb in your head and focus on what really needs and deserves your focus. This is the time when you hyper focus on what really matters to you. What are the top 3 things that by doing those 3 things, you are going to move the needle? What are those 3 things, top 3 things that are going to move the needle for you right now? You are only going to be able to answer that question if you know what is it that you would like to accomplish by the end of the year. That is going to actually create that feeling of being successful, create that feeling of satisfaction. I mean, there is no need or reason for you to focus now on vanities, really, on things that really doesn't matter. And most female entrepreneurs waste time chasing many goals at the same time because it's this pressure, is this rush. So they are focusing on, I want to accomplish all of them. And they don't really get the time. They don't really take a step back to stop and ask, what is the intention and the impact of that specific goal, of that thing that you want to get your hands on their vision of their businesses and on the vision of themselves. That almost never happens. And that's when mistakes are made. So ask yourself, really, what is it that you would like to absolutely 100% see happening in 2022? And then write the top 3 things that by doing those, you can comfortably say that you most likely will arrive to the end result. I want you to take this moment, and if you're driving, please don't do that. Just arrive to your home and come back to this episode and do it with me. But if you are in a space where you can close your eyes, I want you to close your eyes right now and walk with me through these 2 minutes of visualization to hyper focus on what really matters, because this is what is going to get you to crush the last quarter of 2022. So sit down, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in and relax. And once more, in and relax. Now, I want you to go in your mind, fast forward to 1st of January 2023, and picture what you're doing. Who is next to you? And I want you to look to your back. Just turn around and look to your back. And tell whoever is next to you right now those 3 things that you did between October, November, and December that absolutely made you feel as the successful, profitable, and abundant business owner that you are. Take a moment to go through all of those things that you did and pick the 3 that are being highlighted in your memory for you right now. And also tell that person why those 3 things were the most important things for you to have done before the year ended. Once you finish, just give a big hug to yourself and congratulate yourself, because today, 1st of January 2023, you are starting a year knowing, confident, and excited that you did it. And the best is yet to come. You can now open your eyes, and now you have a real and clear understanding of what are those 3 things that you have to pick. If you couldn't do this visualization with me, just come back to the episode how many times you need to and get that clarity, and let's get you hyper focused on these 3 main things. Okay, step number 2. Are you talking about your offers? Keep offering your products and services. Products or services. 90% of members of the Ignite Your Money Mind and my one-on-one clients talk about the offers once or twice and then disappear. Ladies, remember that the number 1 way every female entrepreneur has to open the doors for abundance with their businesses is by openly and widely offering their products and services to their audience without shame, without hiding from the back. Just offer the products and services to their audience and potential clients on a continuing basis. Whether you offer coaching, memberships, one-on-one, you're a speaker, a consultant, or whatever is it that you offer, you need to, guess what? Offer it. The pressure to feel secure with money comes from the lack of knowledge about whether or not you will have the next day or next month or year. That's where this pressure is coming from. But if you're not talking about the number 1 way you have to receive that money, how can you create that safety? And if you want to crush this last quarter of 2022, you will have to start talking more and more and more about your offers. And I'm not only talking about your free offers. Open the doors of that abundant life, and you will let money in by offering your offers, by talking about your offers, by telling your clients, your potential clients, your potential customers, this is what I have, this is what I can offer to you. And before you say, oh, but I only work with my launching scheme, last quarter of the year is the best quarter to put together an attractive offer and roll with it. You still have time, so what are you waiting for? I want to see you offering those things, and I'm literally want to see you talking about them. I want you to envision that you are literally opening the doors to abundance every time that you offer those services, products, programs, coaching, or whatever it is. So let's talk about your offers more. Now, step number 3, practice, tweak, and repeat. Time is very subjective. And I posted about this on my Instagram stories, I think last week or so. By the way, if you don't follow me yet, I'm on Instagram now as Money Mindset Expert, at Money Mindset Expert. And you can go and follow me there. So, last week I posted about this, how time is so subjective, because Mateo, the puppy that I adopted, was barking at the air for 50 minutes non-stop. I mean, literally non-stop. Man, those were the worst 3 years and 50 minutes of my life. I mean, it really felt that long. But the same day, one of my one-on-one clients was going through a difficult situation that morning, and she reached out for help. She was very emotionally charged by a money block that was showing up at that moment. And within 15 minutes, we were able to dive deeper into the real root of that block that was showing up. And we were able to release those layers holding her back. And only within 15 minutes. So you see, time is very subjective. So by the time of this episode, you still will have like a good 10 weeks to apply, practice, tweak, and repeat. And life becomes so much more enjoyable and fun when we are taking life one day at a time, 1 week at a time. So this is what I want you to do for the next 10 weeks. Every time the lack mentality is crawling up your mind and your spirit, I want you to ask yourself, what can I learn this week about this lack feeling? And without shooting, I want you to take your timer on your cell phone and write for 5 minutes the answers that comes to your head. Don't judge it. Don't say how stupid it is. Don't say how silly it is. Don't say how it doesn't make sense. Just put the timer, 5 minutes. And after you ask yourself that question, write the answer. By the end of those 10 weeks, if nothing else, you will have the best manual to avoid money blocks in 2023. And that I can assure you. But I also can assure you that this step only will help you crush and beyond the last quarter of 2022. So to recap, step number 1, focus on what really matters to you. And do the visualization if you haven't done it. Step number 2, talk about your offers. Open the doors for abundance. Step number 2, talk about your offers. Open the doors for abundance. And step number 3, practice. And step number 3, practice, tweak, and repeat. Send me a message on Instagram and let me know what will you commit to accomplish before the year ends, and how will you crush this last quarter of 2022. I can't wait to read your messages. Okay, before I let you go, did you know that we have an all-in-one financial guidance and money mindset expertise community for female entrepreneurs who want to live abundantly just like you? Learn more about it at alejandrar.com/membership. Ahora sí, well for you. Thank you for listening until the end of this episode. And if you like this episode, take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram at Money Mindset Expert so I can share a little gift your way.